Oh, hello, and welcome to Nick Talk Startups, where I interview founders about their product. Today, I am joined by an investor, Bryan Lemster, who is the CEO of Halcyon Syndicate Fund. So, Bryan Lemster has over 2 decades of experience in tech development and is now the CEO of Halcyon Syndicate Fund, a venture capital firm dedicated to empowering early stage startups in dynamic sectors, including the metaverse, blockchain, wearable technology, and cybersecurity. Bryan has significantly influenced the technological landscape, steering numerous startups to realize their market potential and collectively amassing over $100 million in revenues at Halcyon Innovation. Now, Halcyon Syndicate Fund is a strategically focused on nurturing and scaling early stage seed and Series A companies that are pioneering technologies in rapidly evolving sectors, such as, again, the metaverse, blockchain, wearable technology, and cybersecurity. The fund targets firms that have already developed core technologies and secured initial capital, positioning them to leverage Series A funding to scale operations significantly, with a vision of scaling these startups to potential revenue in the hundreds of millions within 3 to 5 years. So, hey, hello, Brian. How are you doing?
Yeah, really good, really great.
Good. Um, well, thank you for joining us. Yeah, so this podcast is going to have excuse me, three segments. The first is I'm going to ask you about the vision and strategy of a Halcyon Syndicate Fund. Then we're going to get into a deep dive and some few technology verticals, and then we're going to talk about a few challenges and opportunities. So first, I have a question about what makes a startup stand out to you, but specifically like personnel wise. So we already know that the fund targets firms that have already developed the core technologies and secured the initial capital. But personnel wise, what makes a startup stand out?
Yeah, absolutely. So, what makes a startup stand out is really the founder, the team, the vision, and the passion, right? So, I look for founders that really have those aspects and that really believe wholeheartedly in what they're doing. Maybe they have some, deeper life purpose and mission that comes to play, and they're putting all that they have into it. So many different investors look for that, and that's something that I really highlight.
Okay, interesting. Um, do you think that being a serial um like startup founder is generally a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, it can definitely be a good thing, and it can show that entrepreneurs on their journey, they have, different things that they encounter along the way. And really, you want to find an entrepreneur who is resilient and who, doesn't give up just after a little bit of challenge.
Okay. Um, so what are current or emerging trends in sectors like the metaverse, blockchain, and cybersecurity are you most excited about, and why?
Yeah, I would say that one of the most exciting trends that I'm seeing is obviously the advance of the metaverse to a point that'll give you very realistic computing and the spatial computing. That will allow for mixed reality environments and will allow for collaboration to happen anywhere and anytime. So, one of the cool technologies I've seen recently is a virtual, let's say, boardroom meeting in the metaverse, and where you have everyone obviously participating in this virtual reality environment. And it facilitates the connection and productivity of all the work involved without having all the travel expense. That's an exciting technology and it's advancing now.
Mm. I know as a consumer, one of the aspects of I guess it's within the realm of the metaverse is not is more augmented reality rather than virtual reality. Especially when you think of how, in the late 2000s, early 2010s, the App Store and the I in the iPhone like created a market with, and and I could see something similar happening with a type of like wearable technology like Google Glass or something that gives you like augmented reality and kind of like it lets you like dip your toes into wearable technology and the metaverse slash augmented reality at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see the use case there. And like I said, these different technologies work all together. And you have augmented reality, you have virtual reality, you have the wearable technology, which gives you feedback from sensor data, right? And then that can be leveraged to create these experiences that are very, very tailored to the individual.
So at Orsinus International focuses on blockchain-based human governance. Can you discuss the broader impact of blockchain technology in shaping future technologies and government and governance models?
Yeah, absolutely. So the core technology of blockchain is a distributed ledger. So it shows the transactions and it shows the exact history of the transactions. A perfect use case for that is distributed transparent governance. And that is what Orsinus International is focused on. And that is the concept of, let's say, a human governance official who would be directed by the community. So how they vote, where they spend their money, and how they spend their time would be community driven.
Interesting, interesting. So I guess to give a real world example. So currently I live in College Park, Maryland, right? It's a city in Maryland. And um so when you apply um Orsinus International to the local government of College Park, in theory, we would be able to see like where all of the local funds go and the citizens of College Park would be able to have a say on the budget
That,
and it would like increase
that's correct.
transparency. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, that is correct. And so that is really the point of why we elect our officials in order to help the constituents and move things forward. And this is a platform that facilitates that.
Mm. That is,
First,
yeah, an exciting idea regarding the future of governance is, yeah, increasing transparency in these government budgets. And so, but beyond governance, what else do you see this technology making a significant impact in the near future?
yeah, absolutely. So obviously, you have the monetary side of things, and you have basically different blockchain projects that are providing alternative monetary systems. And I think that those will be explored further as well over the next coming years as people look at the overall economic realities in the United States and other countries, and they will potentially look for alternate systems to explore.
Mhm. Now let's move to wearable technologies. So as wearable technologies become more integrated into everyday life, what opportunities do you foresee for startups in this sector?
Yeah, so lots of opportunities in the wearable space. Obviously, you have the main fitness tracking and those types of industries, which of the quantified self, let's call it. So those industries have really given the user an ability to see their exact metrics of every day. And woke up at 7 a.m. I went for a run. I had a cup of coffee. Then I took a walk later in the day, and here's the calories that I burned, and really helping people to achieve their overall fitness and wellness goals. Also, of course, there's expansion to heart rate and heart monitoring technologies, which can have an impact on health as well, and giving people some early detection for different diseases and issues. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I'd say the overall challenge is, simply making sense of the data in a way that is viable and useful to the user.
Mm. My buddy actually has a ring where it showcases, as you said, his sleeping patterns, his resting heart rate, things of that nature. And yeah, it does seem like uh it's an interesting gadget to have. But let's dream a little. So in what um what metrics do you think these wearable technologies could measure that that aren't that like aren't being measured today? Um, specifically, I guess with like current like biometric data that because like the data is there, right? It's just like I guess like finding the correlations with like actually predicting like some type of health issues that that I guess would be the innovation here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's many different metrics and most of them are already implemented. Again, it's the all the metrics are there. There's plenty of data. Again, it's about making sense of the data in a way that's, useful to the user. And so that's the next evolution of these technologies. All right.
Um, so let's move on to the challenges and opportunities.
Mhm.
Um, so what are some of the most significant challenges you face when investing in emerging technology companies?
Well, yeah, obviously the primary challenge is just, the overall uncertainty of an early stage company, right? So, typically you have a founder and he or she has decided, yes, I'm taking on this opportunity and this, mission and so forth. Um, and you go through that and you say, well, you know, what are the different dynamics of this, right? And they come to the table, maybe they have a partner, maybe they have family that's, you know, questioning them. So it's this whole process of they're questioned and they're tested a lot at that initial stage, right? And you also have the overall market and you have the market dynamics, right? Um, so, those are some of the primary challenges initially with an early stage startup.
Okay. Um,
Yeah.
can you share some advice for startups looking to stand out and attract attention from venture capitalists like yourself?
Yeah, so again, I mean, the passion, the mission, the vision, right?
Mhm.
So people that are really doing something that's, changing the world, right? And they have the passion and vision and energy because they're going to attract other people into that. And, that energy becomes contagious in a good way.
Mm. Okay. Are there any upcoming projects at a Halcyon Syndicate fund that you're particularly excited about?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, so we have a few different companies that we're helping now, and a freelancer platform, a healthcare robotics platform. I have a passion for golf as well, so we have a mobile golf platform that we're helping to launch as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, can you tell us more about these platforms? Like,
Yeah, so basically, the freelancer platform is a full end management platform for freelancers. It has, of course, your project management, invoicing, billing functionality, and really a one-stop shop for a freelancer or small business to set up their environment there and their workflow.
okay. And this is the weareindie.com. That
Yeah,
is
correct.
okay. Interesting. Great. Interesting. All right. Uh, well, thank you for coming onto the podcast, Nick Talk
Absolutely.
Startups.
All right, you got it.
Yeah, I, I appreciate it. Do you have any last words for the Any parting words for the audience?
I would just say that, I mean, I've worked with many different startups and founders over the years, and if you have a great idea and you're looking to launch it and, take your chance in the entrepreneurship world, it's definitely worth it, and it's a life journey that you'll remember for the rest of your life.
Great. All
So,
right. Well, thank you. All right. Bye bye.
all right, great. Okay.